Is there a main way I should... Oh, this is kind of ground zero, right? Like if I'm looking here.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't look there as much. Right?
I don't know. I'm still. This is yeah. All right, everybody. We're here. My name is William Burnett, and this is a show called Talk Video. I'm sitting here with Ari Goldman from Manhunter.
Howdy.
You might. So though some people might know Ari from his job in the mail order room at PPU, or no, what's it called?
Yeah, PPU, Ear Cave.
Ear Cave mail order room.
Same operation.
Mail boy, coffee boy.
I wish there was delay on my voice.
Oh, do you want some?
No, it's cool. That seems complicated.
And other people might know you. You're part of a DJ team or crew. Is it a crew or a team?
Maybe
Team. Team together with another guy.
Crew seems like there'd be more than just two of us.
Called the Beautiful Swimmers.
Beautiful swimmers. There's no the.
Oh, just beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful Swimmers.
Say it. Yeah.
Beautiful. Part of Beautiful Swimmers.
Exactly.
I think I could beautifully swim better than you.
You are a better swimmer than me.
I've never seen you in the pool.
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good.
But no, you're in better.
You seem like a backstroker.
That was my second best stroke.
Second best, but freestyle.
Freestyle was my main
distant, mid-range.
I would sometimes get disqualified
in
for
the locker room.
my breaststroke. My kick is a little funky.
Oh, asymmetrical.
So when I would do the individual medley, I would sometimes get DQ'd in my
I bet you would try the one-handed touch.
You can't. You got to double touch.
A touch with two hands at the same time.
It's key for
watch that DQ.
I've the grill and chill.
Disqualification. All right. So I don't know.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah. You don't know. So you don't know anything about this. So I'll tell you.
No, I liked going in.
Fresh.
Tabla rasa.
Is that what it means? So what does that mean? Empty table? Carte blanche?
It's a clean slate.
Oh, tabla rasa. I thought, but isn't it like La Raza is like the Rays, and that's like a gang in L.A.
I don't know, dude.
Uh-huh.
You're the gangster, not me.
I'm
a wankster.
So I'll tell you about this. This is called Talk Video, and
tell me about your show here.
And we interview people about. Hold on, this just moved a little bit. You gotta be careful.
Oh, I gotta not show my enjoyment of refreshments so loudly on the mic.
No, it doesn't matter. We're not going to edit any of this out.
Good. I would hope not.
But so it's basically we sit and have a conversation about music and or your history. Usually it kind of is like an interview thing, and I like ask you like what your first tape was and stuff like that, and then
cool.
it goes through it and goes on to different subjects from there. And if you get distracted, you can talk about whatever.
Cool. And it's 420 friendly.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I won't tell anyone. And also the other goal is that I really like podcasts, so my goal is that I want people to feel like they're a part of the conversation. So like like in the future you won't even need friends, you just have podcasts.
Yeah.
So because we got so that's what it is.
What more could you want in life but podcasts?
I don't know. I find myself. Don't you watch podcasts? No. What do you do all day? Mail things?
No. I watch a lot of TV. But no, I would like to get. I'd like to get more into
on
podcasts.
The computer or on
I mostly on
the real
the
TV?
podcasts that I've checked out are more of the true crime.
Okay, like the
Serial.
Serial, yeah. And did you listen to S-Town?
Yes.
Oh man,
that's pretty
great. Oh,
I loved it.
I still think about it.
I would like to go to that town.
Yeah, I want to get now I want to have like on my tombstone. I want like one of those like
the clock,
a sundial.
Yeah,
with like the weird quotes. I can't even remember them, but I was just like totally fascinated. I went back and like listened to that part like 3 times because I was just like, this is.
There's another. Well, yeah, this will be bad radio, but there's another podcast similar to S-Town that I liked a lot, but I don't know the name.
Oh, cool.
So check it out.
If we remember, we'll put it in the description or something. We'll tweet it. But okay, so
I'm real happy though to be part of the podcast community.
I'm glad you seem comfortable. So
I'm born to cast.
So Ari, you live in Washington D.C. Is that where you grew up in Silver Springs?
No S.
Silver Spring. Okay, correct.
Common mistake though.
And
Stevie Nicks made that same mistake.
Is that how you know if someone's from there or not?
Even people from there say it.
Oh, okay.
So, so no, it's not an effective way of filtering out the locals. So I am actually from Potomac, Maryland, same county.
Okay.
But yeah, DC suburbs in the Maryland side.
So just regular DC area. What is? I mean, they call that. It's like
the DMV.
The DMV, Detroit Metro.
Come on now, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Oh.
My mom, I actually blew my mom's mind. Yeah. Granted, my family's lived in this area.
Your mom blew her own mind?
No, I blew my mom's mind. I mentioned the DMV, referring to the area where our family has lived for so long, and she said, the Department of Motor Vehicles?
Well, that's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, but locally, that's the MVA, Motor Vehicle Administration, in my parts of the country.
Wow. I'm learning a lot today.
That's podcast.
Thanks. So you're a kid, you know, you like regular old kid with the brothers and sisters and
one older sister.
She's
sister. Great. Shout out Alana.
And you still talk to her?
Oh yeah.
And she never like hit you with a tennis racket or anything?
No, she's older and stronger.
So you were just don't hurt me.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we had one kind of
brawl.
She just beat me up so quickly
and that was it.
Yeah, I learned very quickly that she had my number.
She's the alpha.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like the cats or dogs or whatever.
But
and so
she doesn't pick on me though.
Did you have so let's just you're a regular, I don't know,
great
you like
child.
Go to the mall and do suburban
I love
stuff
the mall.
and maybe you start buying some tapes and
Sam Goody.
Go to
and
Sam
staring. Remember the poster of Janet Jackson where she's being held from behind. She's naked. And
yes. And it's black and white.
Yeah.
And there's gold letters that says Janet.
Yeah, I would stare at that poster at Sam Goody.
Boing.
That was what I would do.
What that was Janet, the album, right?
Yes.
And what
so.
songs were on that one? That was like When I Think of You or something or
yeah, because it's Pre-Velvet Rope.
I don't remember. Control? No.
Control's way earlier.
It all blurs.
I'm not enough of a Janet buff to really go down this road. I just remember that poster really vividly.
All right, so that got you into music.
The poster?
That's where it all started.
No, that got me into other things. Is this good content?
Yeah, we're gonna be tired.
So. I've been into music since a young age. Is this did you ask me that question?
Yeah.
Okay. My dad took me to see the Grateful Dead in second grade. That was cool.
Did you smoke weed?
Someone handed me a bowl and my dad said, not yet.
When you were in second grade?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was a Dead show.
Holy moly.
I never forget my dad said, not yet. And then I was eating a bagel with cream cheese that our family brought into the concert, and this guy, I remember, said, hey man, can I have a bite of your bagel? And my dad said, just give it to him.
Oh,
Steve Miller opened. That was awesome. I was a big Steve Miller fan. That was one of my first bands I got really into.
You're in second grade, so that means you're like 8 years old or something, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
And this is in DC?
RFK Stadium in DC.
And that's like a daytime show, and you're like on the field, or?
Yeah, my dad's cousin was a Deadhead and followed them around. He got us some sort of field seats, if I remember correctly. I remember we met him in the parking lot. Looking back, he was probably so faded.
What's his name?
I think Daniel.
Daniel, Uncle Daniel.
I think cousin
Daniel.
It's been a while.
Oh man, and so that's where it all started.
Yeah, kind of. I would say. Yeah, I was always into
jam bands,
rock and roll.
So was Steve Miller was more the interest for you than the.
I like them more than the Dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried. Every time I ever see a Deadhead a Grateful Dead record, I always try to listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, except for the one that Shakedown Street is the only one anybody I know.
Yeah, it's a funky tune.
Ever plays, but I can't ever remember what they sound like.
I actually like their albums, but I think they suck at jamming. But I think that's sacrilegious to say. But
yeah,
as a really good musician myself, I just I think they can't play worth a damn.
All right. So so you're at school, and then you're like go see the dead, and that, and I don't even know where to go for that. That was
How about first music purchases?
first music purchases.
Or gifts?
You didn't? Did you buy some like a T-shirt at the show or wear it to school?
I did have a Dead shirt,
Yeah.
actually. My parents still have that. Actually, I should bust that back out. It's got all the tour dates on the back.
And so that you were into music as a kid. Your family was musical. They took you to shows.
Yeah.
You go to the mall, stare at posters.
Yeah.
Buy tapes.
CDs. Yeah,
CDs.
I think I got my first electric guitar in second grade.
Oh, so you're already with instruments.
Yeah, I was
and
already
stuff.
playing, kind of, or trying to play.
What kind of guitar was it?
Like a
Like a
a Mexican Strat.
Oh, cool. And you had like a little amp,
Yeah, still had a little Yamaha with actually has really good distortion on that amp.
and you just jam out in your room like all day.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually recently found like the tabs that I wrote out, but they're just so random. It'll just be like 11, 11, 12, 11, 11, 11, 11,
So
12.
you just drew some patterns and then try to play it.
I should go back and relearn all my old compositions.
Oh, man, I bet they're great. And so you're like recording them on your.
This is good.
Jam
This
box.
is a good podcast.
Who cares? Don't be too self-reflective.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm new.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a virgin.
I don't know. I don't really know. I'm still practicing myself.
Cool.
I that's why I also want to make like 10 of them and put them out at the same time.
Yeah.
Because that way, if one of them sucks, no one will notice.
Hopefully people give us comments and like feedback. Maybe we can make it better down the road.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's good to read comments.
I think for this I'm going to read comments. I like knowing who my haters are.
Oh yeah, I guess you could take it as long as you don't have a like an ego problem, then it's fine, I guess, right?
Nah, I don't think highly of myself. So.
Yeah, so it's fine. Who cares? We're just gonna be laughing the whole time. So you're into music. You're playing guitar. You're hanging out.
Totes.
And was it like with school ever, or was it just totally like a at home thing?
I played guitar and drums in jazz band. So, yeah, but I could never read music. So, yeah, I'd say more outside and like jamming with friends.
But all the way through, like from starting in elementary school to
Yeah.
all the way through high school, senior year,
Yeah.
jazz band.
Of most of high school, I think.
And you played the guitar the whole time?
And drums. in
And
jazz
drums.
band.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I'm not that good at drums, to be honest.
Yeah, they're kind of. It's hard to use all four. You
I
know?
could never getting the hi-hat foot down while you're doing the ride cymbal is a complicated thing.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think it just takes practice.
I think it takes practice.
Well, some people can just sit there and like as a joke and like do it right away.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah, me neither. I have to like sit there for like 2 hours and then I can like play the most basic beat. I'm like, I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
And
a good time.
and
Honestly, the guitar in jazz band's weird too, because so many of the songs you're playing don't have guitar in them. So you're just like kind of copying the piano, and it just sounds terrible. It's like very chunky and out of place sounding.
huh? I don't. My parents wouldn't let me be in band. I wanted to be in the band, but my parents wouldn't let me. They were like, "We don't want to hear you practicing."
They just wanted you swimming.
No, yeah, I don't know. I ended up doing swimming just because they also wouldn't let me do football or baseball because it was too political
Right.
in Texas. But my sister she got guitar lessons. Maybe she got a guitar and she broke her arm right
From
after. And
guitar?
then no. I think she fell off the jungle gym or something.
Okay.
And then she didn't ever play guitar again. So I took it from her when I was like 13 or 14.
Okay.
And then I just started playing myself. One of my friends played guitar and I bought a book with the chords in it. But they wouldn't let me like be musical, so
They wouldn't let you be you.
Yeah, no, I don't know. They let me do whatever I want, pretty much. But
Were you skating yet?
yeah,
Okay.
I was a skateboarder when I was like a little kid because it was huge. You know, you had like your Christian Hosoi 80s days, and then I quit for a little while, and then at the end of middle school, around 8th grade, I picked it up again, or maybe before that, and then I just did it straight through until now. I just watch podcasts.
Yeah. I mean,
So you were in the jazz band and you were were you skateboarding too?
No.
No. Okay.
I've been always scared of everything.
Oh. And were you?
But skating looks so cool.
But do you? So these days you're a DJ and you're putting out records. Did any of this stuff from this time influence you to this day that you can remember that like sticks out? Did you have like an experience besides this Grateful Dead concert, or like a one? Did you meet somebody?
I just remembered we're being filmed and we're not just talking. So yes, definitely. Experience.
No, like say
Yes.
you bought a specific record and you remember like listening to it over and over, or
How about some highlights?
yeah, let's see here.
My dad playing me "My Life in the Bush of Ghosts."
Okay, the
so-
Talking Heads guys.
Yeah, I don't know how much more detail we need to go in, but that was where I first heard about sampling. My dad was like, "This is called sampling."
What samples did they have? They're like a Fairlight in there or something.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know, found sound, because there's no like actual vocals by them on it. I think it's all like sampled vocals.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh wait, which one? I don't know. I have to go back and look and listen to it.
It's a lot of
That's
like
the weird one.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That one was big for me, and my sister took me to. Well, music was just always big. We would like have dancing around the house, kind of fun times growing up to like the Stones, and Madonna, and stuff. And then my sister's older. She took me to my first like rave or club. I guess it wasn't really a rave. It was at a club here in New York.
Oh.
And
So you drove on up.
I took the train to
Okay.
visit my sister in college.
So you were
I was 14.
14.
She took me to Club Vinyl.
Club Vinyl. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That was in Dumbo. No.
It was in Manhattan.
Was it?
Like,
Or maybe they moved to Dumbo for a little.
God, I mean, I was really young.
Yeah.
I was wowed.
What year was that?
97 or
97.
90, yeah.
And who you saw?
I think
Sasha and Digweed or
I
something.
think it was like maybe Timmy Regisford was possibly DJing that night, but I'm not positive.
So that wasn't. But so when you were going to clubs then, it wasn't even about who was playing. You were just going to the club.
Yeah, my sister, I remember, like sat me on top of like a speaker, and I just sat there and watched everybody.
And there was like no big deal you getting in, just whatever.
You know who let me in?
Who?
Richie, Love on the Run.
Oh yeah.
He was the door guy. We found out years later. Shout out, Richie. Thank you.
What? He's like, oh, this little kid needs to get in here.
He needs to learn about disco. Yeah, thanks for doing a bad job, Richie, letting me in.
But otherwise, you would have to like what? Just go back to her dorm or something.
Yeah, she had an apartment. But yeah.
Oh.
What else? That was cool. That was like my first time seeing like a club in action.
And but doesn't DC have like a big there's like Discord is there that was
oh
that,
yeah,
was that like
that was huge. I used to play in a punk rock softball league with Ian Mackay and some others.
so but that so what your high school years are what the mid 90s
Late 90s.
late 90s, so from 1995
That's my sister who's a little older. I'm 98 to 01.
98 to 01. Okay, so that's Discord is not as huge as it was.
And I thought it was really cool, and I didn't think it was over, but it was over.
So it was like
but-
after Jawbox or something.
Oh yeah,
Way after.
but they used to play softball too.
Oh.
Kim and Jay Robbins.
So you're just hanging out with them. Did you have any idea who they were?
Yeah, because I liked all that music.
And how did you get on the softball team?
I was the roadie for Q and Not You, which was another Discord band.
Harris is one of my studio mates.
Oh, shout out. There you go.
Oh, weird.
Yep.
So you would like put his like a scarf on his microphone?
Fuck.
I want to hear? Did Harris have any quirks? Did you get into a fight or anything, or like?
No.
Or he had like
no.
did he have like a ritual before he went on stage? Like he had like.
I was there kind of towards the end once. I think I may have been somewhat responsible for some more stoned moments towards the end of the group. Possibly. He was the loosest member.
So when you're driving around, and at this point you're still a little kid, like in the summers,
And end of high school and then early college.
so you're driving around with them in a van
Yeah.
all over the U.S.
We did mostly East Coast stuff I would do, and then my old group, Manhunter, went on tour with them. also.
Manhunter. So you and Jason Lekwitz
And actually Andrew, who I do swimmers with,
and Andrew,
his rap group also was on this
which
tour.
is called
Food for Animals.
Food for Animals. So this is like a real.
We all kind of go way back.
Yeah, and but it's a real motley crew, I would say, as far as the lineup.
Oh yeah.
So you had like a kind of a hip hop,
techno, and punk.
So the three pillars of modern music. Wow, you started it.
Yeah, it can all be traced back to me.
And so, this is before high school. You're just driving around, going to.
This is in high school.
In high school, in the summers, and maybe Christmas break, spring break.
Yeah, my parents were pretty allowing.
So they supported your music full on. Always.
My parents are very supportive.
They knew you wanted to do that stuff always.
Yeah.
Kind of. They're like, oh, give them a guitar, and then you just ran with it from there. Were you along this time? You know, you say you were in a punk group then, and you went
more
to
like, rock.
Or no, you weren't. Sorry, you were in a punk group, and then you were in a techno group.
Yeah.
And you went to go see the Grateful Dead, and you also went to a club at 14.
This is America.
And then you were in a punk group.
And I went to fishing camp every summer.
Fishing
and canoeing, and I subscribed to Minnesota Sportsman magazine.
Oh, that's a good one, huh?
Yeah.
So
parents were like, "Who is this?"
He's got identity problems. No, so that's a pretty wide scope. Are you buying records and stuff at this time? I mean,
more tapes and CDs, I guess.
Tapes
and then, my dad had records, and my dad weirdly had lots of reel-to-reels.
Okay.
And then the first LP I bought, the first time I was like, I'm buying a record, was 36 Chambers. I remember,
Rap.
And that was maybe like 10th grade.
But you didn't have the moment where you realized, like, oh, I can buy all this music. I can get records for $1.
Right. At that point, that was before I really found thrifting.
Okay.
But it was when, do you remember that website cdnow.com?
Sort of, yeah.
It was obviously like mostly CDs, but sometimes they would be like, this album is also available on vinyl, and it was always so much cheaper. And I was like, oh, my dad has a record player, so why don't I get 36 Chambers on vinyl instead of the CD or tape?
That was the whole reason I ever bought records. I was like,
yeah, they're cheap.
Yeah. And now
they're so annoying, but
now they're not cheap anymore.
No.
Well, you can get cheap ones, but they're not that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's a complicated situation.
But I'm just trying to...
Vinyl's back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to know, because it sounds like, from what you say, it's like not like you had this direct path. I mean, you had a pretty broad musical upbringing.
Definitely.
And to bring it to being a DJ, you would think that you would be more inclined to be in a band or something. And although you are a producer and you guys put out records, it's not really, I don't see it as a direct path. To me, it doesn't make sense that it went that way.
Right.
Especially, you had this like, I didn't know Manhunter. So Manhunter started when you were in high school?
No, Jason and I were already making music together, but more
in the
like
punk band.
No, more like noise and stuff like that, and high school, early college, and then we transitioned kind of to
Boom Boom Boom.
Yeah.
I found a Manhunter record at the thing the other day.
Oh yeah. I found one in
You've made it.
In Estonia.
Oh yeah.
In the dollar bin.
Wow. How did it?
I love that.
Yeah.
Isn't that so sick?
I don't know. Sometimes you find your records and you're really bummed, and sometimes you're like, wow.
Just the fact that
it's that far away.
That shitty record I made in the mid 2000s got all the way to Estonia. That someone took a chance on it somewhere, and I was like, oh no, and then it's so awesome.
But so I don't know. Let's go back to that. That seems to be a pretty important relationship. For those who don't know, is that we keep talking about Manhunter, and that's a project between Ari and Jason Lekwitz, who's still active to this day. His most recent thing is called it just came out, or on Into the Light, or it is coming out. What's that called?
I think it's under his actual name,
Jason Lekwitz. And then he did like Alan Hurst and
Death Commando,
Steve Summers. Steve Summers was probably the most well known.
Yeah.
And now he's playing with Bo and Melvin.
Oh yeah, Mutant Beat Dance.
As Mutant Beat Dance. He's a member of it. I don't know how we're supposed to say it, but he's there. He's there when they play. And
There might be some fine print about exactly how to.
it's all good.
Much love to that.
So you met this guy, Jason Leckwitz, and what? You're in high school?
Yes, our bands played together.
So you were in different schools.
Yes, he was a little bit older, and his band opened up for my band.
What was the name of his band?
Phyllis Styles.
Phyllis Styles, and your band was called
Beta.
Beta. Like your sister was Alpha and you were Beta.
I guess so. You guys enjoying this out there?
Oh yeah, big time. And so you played together, and
We'll put some links to all this music on the
I'm sure it's all on YouTube. But so you played together at like a show. Like, is this like a house?
Phantasmagoria. Sorry, I was speaking to the mic. Phantasmagoria was like a kind of all ages
Punk club.
punk and goth and industrial, just like a weirdo club.
So, but all ages could go there, and you would
Yeah.
get like just to drink beer out back by the dumpster or whatever.
Yeah, or like
or was it straight edge time?
I was not edge, but there was a lot of edge contingency there.
And so Beta and Phyllis, what?
I mean, that's a terrible name. Phyllis Styles.
Phyllis Styles played together at the.
Yes, we.
And you were like, who opened for who?
His band opened for us, and then they were trying to do a demo, and they needed a new guitar player. So they remembered me, and I actually don't know how they contacted me, but I played guitar on their demo. I was the ringer.
So they're like, whoa, this guy knows some chords. He can switch chords.
Dude, I was sick. And then, yeah, we just started hanging then. He was a little older. He would, like, often come
pick you up.
pick me up from school.
What kind of car did you have?
Nissan?
Like a Sentra or something.
I'm trying to remember that era. I think it was a Nissan. He later got a Honda, but I think that was the Nissan.
Nissan Maxima.
I'm trying to remember. It had a good. The CD player was really good.
Okay, it's not that important, but I'm just curious to try to set the mood. You know?
I had a Dodge Caravan.
And when you would come pick you up, it'd just be like you guys. Like, who else was in the band with you guys? So you're still in touch with them, or
No, it was a bunch of
just rotating cast?
delinquents.
Oh yeah, and so none of them kind of carried on into the.
No, but it was a lot of Jason and I learning about music and showing things to each other and watching Kids in the Hall. And,
Going to whose ever house parents weren't home.
Exactly. that you summed it up right there.
And so how did you decide, like, okay, yeah, now we're gonna get some drum boxes?
So as Manhunter was progressing, I think we just kind of were getting a bit tired of like the kind of aimless ambient noise kind of scene, and I remember we got some sequencer type things to use more in an experimental way, and we started finding at our shows that our favorite parts were actually just like the normal parts that weren't so weird. And then we got really into like Aux 88 and Drexciya and stuff like that around that time.
Okay.
And that kind of all clicked in terms of we did not do a good or effective job of imitating those groups, but they at least influenced us to make, I guess, more rhythmic music.
But so then you're just like, okay, we're just gonna. It's less. We don't need as many people, and we just use this gear, and we can do everything.
Yeah.
And you immediately started trying. You're like, okay, we're gonna make a record.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Because this is already 2000s.
Yeah, the
So
record you're talking about that you found at the Thing, I think, came out in 2005.
Okay, so this is before that. So, but what I'm saying is that the technology at this point, it was past like 4 tracks and stuff like that.
Yes.
You had a home computer with a sound card in it.
No, but we just
You have
had
to,
like
use
we had
somebody's.
like samplers, and it was all, I guess, hardware.
So, but when you went to go record whatever you were going to record, you had to like go to a studio still, or you went to somebody's
We just did it like in our apartment.
and you recorded it on your dad's reel-to-reel or something, or
I think we recorded on
DAT.
Jason's dad's ADAT.
ADAT recorder.
Jason's dad had a hobbyist studio.
Ah, that's right. I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
And you just learned how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just push records
Yeah.
and turn it on. Yeah. Weird. And
Who would have thought?
I don't know. I'm just trying.
We probably should have booked studio time.
No, I'm just curious because whether or not it's before internet or after internet makes a difference because
Oh, definitely.
before if you like, oh, I don't know how to do this, you have to like go to the store and like ask the old guy how to, or like go to the library and check out a book, or
I mean, I'm sure you've done it too. I'm sure you've recorded in studios with bands, right?
only once.
Okay.
But it was also someone's like, but it was pretty professional. It
Yeah.
was like a Pro Tools setup. But I don't know. It was like that was like 1997 or 6 or something like that.
My high school band, when we recorded like our one main CD,
Yeah.
I remember Maya and Silk the Shaka came out of the studio as we were going in.
I don't know who that is. Oh, Maya, the like
R&B singer,
Okay.
Silk the Shaka, related to Master P.
Oh, I don't know that. I know Maya though.
Oh yeah, Ghetto Superstar.
Yeah. It's a good one.
It is.
I know. So, yeah, that was in high school. Yeah, I'm trying to go in a certain direction here. You're
Am I bouncing around too
I
much?
don't know. No, you're not bouncing around. I'm just trying to follow you. Is what it is. And so
I'll tone it down.
no, don't worry. It's fine. I like the distractions a little bit, but then once I get distracted too far, I'm like, okay, what were we talking about? Pass me the wine. I want a little more.
This episode's sponsored by
Some
Beaujolais.
dandelion wine. They give me the neighborhood discount. Sorry. Okay, so you're now. Let's move on. Now you're into the boom boom.
Oh, dude.
Put the guitar down. You got rid of it. You retired the guitar. You got the machines in the boxes.
Me and Paul Lakakis.
Was it boom boom boom? Saw that record today.
I bet you did.
I was so sad because I don't like when it doesn't have the sleeve.
Oh yeah, that's a great sleeve.
Or like, but I always.
That's one of the better records that you find every day.
Yeah. Well, there's also like Baby Talk.
Yeah, but we're getting more. I'm
Oh.
talking like in the middle of nowhere thrift store.
Oh.
You will still find boom boom boom.
Paul Lakakis.
I would like. This is a shout out. I would like this job title. If anyone can pay me to go around the world throwing away bad records.
Ooh, I do it every day at my.
Yeah.
I do it at my job every day.
And so-
Today I threw away about 8 crates of records.
yeah, there's so many that just really need
But
to be
but
tossed.
I have a hard time though sometimes because if it's a clean playable record, I feel like someone
What, you want to make a bowl out of it?
might. No, I hate that. I'd rather throw it away than that. But I feel like someone might enjoy it. And also too at the thing like people now stuff that I would throw away that I think is what people are buying. Like Barbra Streisand sells more.
The Guilty one?
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, Babs, I'm gonna get this for my mom.
Dude, Andrew and I were talking about this in a cab last weekend. Babs has, for someone who's so popular, she got a weak voice. It's very thin, and I mean, it sits in the mix okay, but like,
What-
does it? I don't understand the love of Babs.
You've been you're in the music industry now.
Oh yeah,
Maybe there's some background. Maybe she's like her parents are agents, or you
I
think it
mean-
was pure talent, or
no, I mean she's chosen,
she's chosen.
just like me. We got connections.
But I mean, the further you get into it, you see how it really works, and you're just like,
I mean, her voice sounds great with Barry on that album,
what? I don't remember what is that.
the Guilty album.
Oh.
Her and Barry Gibb. But it's like,
Oh yeah.
I think their voice sounds like one voice. I don't think Babs is like she's
Overrated.
Babs is overrated.
But but did she come from? She was just.
I feel like she's like she's like play Broadway musical.
Yeah, that's what
more
she's like
vibes.
that's what I was just gonna say is that she comes from. This thing keeps moving, man. Move it back. Wait, no, this one moved. We're fine.
We're good. We're
I
good.
think it's your feet. You're hitting the cables with your feet.
Oh, sorry.
That's what the trick is. No, it's okay. Yeah, I don't get it. That's the only record I would ever listen to with her on it.
Yeah.
But then she's also in that movie with Chris Christopherson, right? A Star Is Born.
Yep.
It's a pretty good movie.
He's got a great name.
Yeah. He's pretty cool too, right? He's
Yeah.
like in the Outlaws,
I think if I have kids, I might. Well, I guess I need a last Goldman, Goldman, or
Gildolf Goldman.
I just think it's cool.
GG.
Yeah, like
You want to have? You like the what is that called? Alliteration.
yeah.
Uh,
Do you know how similar my name is to Gary Oldman?
wow, I never thought about that. Maybe people could think that you have like one of those like joke names.
Yeah, you just switch the G.
Yeah. Wow.
Carry that G over to the first name.
Interesting. So I like to throw away records too. We both spend our days dealing with records pretty much, right?
That's crap.
But are you going out and scouring the streets for records still, or you're just
Like once a week, maybe.
once a week you go out and hit the streets and check the new arrivals?
Like thrifts, fleas, and stores.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks now because everybody goes through everything. Well, at least there's no scanner for records yet. That's
Like the Amazon, like when you
the-
see people at the thrift store, like
Yeah.
scanning the CDs.
oof, oof.
Yeah,
It's grim, man.
it's a weird,
It's so grim.
It's a weird hustle.
They have like their weird scanner with like the big battery on it.
The mother load.
They do it with the books too.
Yeah,
The Amazon jungle.
it's gonna be me though.
Yeah, I know, but I mean they're gonna soon. They have technology like facial recognition technology. Why wouldn't they have Google image search and
For
then it'll
what?
connect you for a record
for records that are worth money.
Yeah, no, whatever, for every record, for everything, you just scan the image on your phone.
Right. I see what you're saying.
And it'll just go to Google Images, and then that'll connect you to Discogs, and then you'll be like, oh, and then
When you're like, I don't need this.
you don't need the bar scan,
Right.
Like, now, I mean, for now, I see people, they go in the very corner of the thing with their big pile and
Yeah.
they sit there on their phone. And then I come close to them and they like pretend like they're listening to it on YouTube.
You're like, they're just
No,
$2.
I'm just like, come on, dude, man. How many you think you're the first? There's still stuff in there, but you have to really be pretty, happy with minimum wage. you
Yeah.
know?
Of course.
Because that's what it balances out to.
Right. Yeah. It's like the amount of time you're like.
And then you got to sell the record too, so it's like, geez. But I mean, but I'm surprised how much some of them are worth. So I mean, if you get a fresh collection, then you can really, you score pretty hard.
Oh, definitely.
You can get a collection where every record is, $30 to $150.
I would say DC is also quite overlooked in terms of quality of finds.
I mean, do you ever go to like where's Wilmington and places like that, or
Yeah.
is that
Do little drives.
there must be stuff there too, or Baltimore? I don't know.
Baltimore is pretty darn good. I don't go there as much as when I lived there, but
it's
that was really good for digging.
yeah,
Pennsylvania's great.
yeah. Well, so you go to like Allentown or like
Been there.
yeah. I mean, I used to do it more than I do it now because I mean, I kind of found the thing and I just stopped.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
You got your way.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna bring you 120 more crates.
You're like, all right,
Yeah.
something will be in there.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I'm not looking to make money off of them. I'm just looking for stuff to sell. So not to sell. I'm looking
play.
for stuff to listen to.
Right.
So it's different. They've been scoured by everyone else that just wants to like
Make money.
sell
off
them.
it.
And so it's like,
Yeah.
but I'll listen to a record that's worth 29 cents.
I would. Yeah.
No problem.
They usually sound the best.
No problem. So you put out a record and then you got huge after that first Manhunter.
The first Manhunter, yeah.
But was Andrew your partner in Beautiful Swimmers jealous of your relationship with Jason? Like, would he be like, "Oh man, he's hanging," or like when you started hanging out with Andrew more than Jason?
Did Jason get jealous?
Yeah. Was there any like?
Probably.
Was there or them two? Would they like ever hang out and you'd be like, "Man."
Actually, on that tour
Yeah.
where it was Manhunter, Food for Animals, and Q and Not You,
Yeah.
Jason pulled double duty and was in Food for Animals 2 as the
Ooh.
DJ.
Oh, so he got pulled a little bit in both directions.
Yeah, they've got a great relationship too.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get some dirt?
I don't know. I'm
there's
just
not
fooling
really-
around.
There's not really too much dirt.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think.
guys are all still friends, so it can't be that bad.
No,
And even if it is bad, then
we do a good job of hiding it.
who cares?
Yeah, it's all love.
So you did Manhunter for a while, and you're in DC. And did you go to college?
Yes, University of Maryland.
And you finished college.
I did.
Was that also for music?
I
English or something? Jewish
music
studies.
and art. Music and art. No, music and film.
Music and film. And they give you a degree for that?
It was called This is
Sorry.
so lame. It's called American Studies.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this major?
Probably. I dropped out of college.
Okay. Just at a certain point, they told me I had to pick a major because I was there for too long without a major.
And you're like, I like TV.
Yeah, they were like, I was like, well, these are the classes I've taken. What major would be applicable for this? And they told me about American Studies, where they, within American Studies, they then just tell you to pick 2 focus areas. And I was like, can I do music and film?
And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, you still going to pay?
I went for free.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang, man. Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Your parents must be proud.
They were pretty happy about that.
Man. Wow. So, American Studies, and then immediately after school, you got a job as a American studier.
I've been archiving
But so, other people that were in your major, did they go on to do other stuff, or they just had?
I haven't kept in touch with
No friends from college.
No.
Zero.
Not
Not even on Facebook, like a.
No one I can think of. Well, there's a few. Actually, there's a few people from the radio station that I should.
But they probably weren't in the American Studies program.
Yeah, American Studies. I don't remember.
What was it? So you're DJing now on this radio station, or you just?
Yes, I got a radio show right away when I went to school.
And this was your first foray into playing other people's recorded music for other people, or you were doing it at parties before?
Doing it at parties, like playing hip hop and dance hall and party jams. Like Donkey Butt and Freak Nasty to Dip and.
And were you the DJ because you couldn't do the dances?
Oh, I can dance.
Yeah.
No, I always liked making mixtapes for people, and I don't know. I just was quick to decide to try the DJing side of things too.
Because this is already.
But
I
this
just
is-
forget you're
I'm 35.
35, so you're 7 years younger than him. So I forget about this. I always think that we're closer in age than we are.
I always just consider us the same age.
Yeah. So because that was a big difference between. That was the crossover. You had internet in high school,
Yes.
and I didn't.
Yeah.
Or I did, but it was like Prodigy, and you like.
Only certain kids had it.
Yeah, you like waited for your message board to load so you could like read about Green Day.
Right.
7 inches.
I mean, mine was still very limited.
Yeah, but they started to have like Napster and.
I think I never had it, but Napster I think was maybe my senior year of high school.
Yeah, so see that's crazy.
Senior year.
I was going to thrift stores to look for records for 99 cents.
Right.
Yeah, crazy.
There wasn't that many good thrifts that close to where I grew up, so it was more Tower and Sam Goody and
So pure. So that's just full on CD era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But God, I miss that so much.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, you can CDs. See, but I mean, for me now, CDs seem pretty interesting again because they're the cheapest way to get music.
Definitely.
Because they're even cheaper. You can buy a CD of something for cheaper than you can buy the iTunes files.
I've been buying
Yeah.
probably more than anything. I've been buying CDs on Discogs.
And so see, I don't even. Yeah, I can't mess with. I don't know. I can't mess with. It's too much.
They're so cheap on there.
Yeah, I just can't. I don't want to start looking because then it's like. But then all of a sudden you're like bought 30 CDs. I can just take them from my work.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just bring them home and rip them and then bring them back.
Yeah, I mean, I usually sell them afterward too. I don't need them.
I've never sold the record on Discog, so I don't know what. I don't know. I should.
Quite easy.
Yeah, I need a lesson in grading or something like that. I don't.
Oh, your buyers will give you the lesson quick.
Yeah, but I want to skip that part.
Some of the most lovely people in the world.
I know that's why
purchasing records.
But that's why I don't think I can do it because I think that I would just be like, nah, no. Or but can you just say for everyone? Can you just say send it back?
That's what I usually do.
Yeah, no discussion. Just please send it back if you aren't happy.
Yeah.
And you don't need to hear their excuse or that they just ripped it and they're sending it back.
Right. Because I know they're just ripping it and sending it back.
Ugh, so awful. I can't deal with it. I mean, but I think that is that why you're doing like the PPU, which or Andrew Ear Cave, which is
Yes.
Andrew Morgan.
Uh-huh.
He seems to be. Is he selling? He sells his stuff differently though. Doesn't he have like his own shop, or is it always through Discogs?
We have our own shop, like
see,
our own
that,
website.
that seems like a really smart way to do it for me. There's no fees, and you also have the buyer doesn't have the stupid predictions.
Yes, it's like it's obviously it's a little harder to get the clients there or the customers, but that's lucky that he's been kind of cultivating that a bit ahead of the curve, I guess.
Because he's a slick businessman.
Yes.
A little introduction about Andrew Morgan. He's kind of the man behind PPU. He does a lot of other stuff too.
Yep.
But he also runs a website called Ear Cave.
Mm-hmm.
That you're kind of the coffee boy.
Yeah, exactly.
And you do everything.
All of the above.
Whatever he tells you to do.
He's the boss.
Or you can think of.
Yeah.
So when did your relationship with him develop, or when did you meet him?
I bought a record on eBay, and then the guy said, "I live in D.C. You can just come pick it up." And this was like early 2000s. And
What record was it?
Eric's Friend, Disco Cane, the Italo cover of Cocaine. I feel like you're one of the only people who does know this record.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. I would rather. I would go with the JJ Cale.
Yeah,
JJ Cale song.
I mean, when I was young.
Yeah, but then
I was like, what, an Italian version?
Yeah. Because there was like a whole lot of love, and now I'm
Exactly.
gonna do the next. I'm gonna take it to the next level.
Exactly. So I was going to work for dog walking. I remember that day, and before that, I stopped by his house, and we became such quick friends.
So you're just like, oh, and
I was just like, what? How is there this guy living in D.C. who's like not some record troll?
Yeah.
Who's like actually a cool dude?
Yeah, he's charming.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit older than you also, or?
Yeah, I think he's I think your age.
Yeah. So in his early 40s.
Early 40s.
And but he's kind of had his stuff together for a while now, though. He's
really got his shit together.
And is that a big influence on you? Has that helped you at all, or I mean,
he's definitely a big influence on me. I don't think so much. Well, stuff has rubbed off, but it's not like.
Not like lifestyle.
Yeah, he's living more comfortably than I am.
And he's got like wine shops or something, or like
he's real smart and savvy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, some people care about money, and
and
they figure out how to make it, and some people don't.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's never been my forte.
Yeah, me neither.
But he's great, and he's been a guiding force throughout everything. Like he's actually the one who got Swimmer's Andrew to start Future Times.
Ah, okay. And that job allows you to. He just said you're like, oh, I got some gigs, I'm gonna be gone.
Exactly.
No problem.
Super flexible.
So that's very supportive.
Yes.
And so, at this moment, that seems to be. Well, you started your own label, World Building, but it seems still your kind of main focus is to travel around with beautiful swimmers, and right now,
that's probably job one of a few jobs.
Biggest income. Why we don't need to talk about that, but what percentage of your income comes from DJing?
The Mueller report.
I wish.
You're
living.
Swimmers is one of my main sources of income.
Yeah, and then the other thing, your day job. Another part of your history that we're kind of glazed over is that you're a big dog walker
for years. And Jason, who is Steve Summers, Jason Lekowitz, he and I ran a dog boarding business together.
Yeah.
And we were dog walkers for a long time.
Mike Simonetti, also dog walker.
Huh, cool.
I think he said he bought a house walking dogs.
I mean, I probably should have just kept doing that.
Yeah. And then you would have a future.
That's the best I ever was doing financially was when we were doing that.
Yeah. And what happened with that? Jason left and then you kind of fizzled out with it?
We were all young and thought we needed to try something new.
Yeah.
We all wanted to move and try the next phase in life, and it didn't really work out too well.
Yeah, I know. I have like a. I had like a business when I was like starting in 6th grade, and me and my friend we mowed lawns, and he like kept doing it, and now he has like the largest like business like whatever you call what is it landscaping. He like
Really?
he mows the medians for like the city of San Antonio, makes like tons of money.
He killed it.
Yeah, and I just like was like, oh, I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna be a lifeguard.
Oh my god.
But yeah, missed opportunities, you know. But
Yeah.
you should have just stayed with that. No, I'm just kidding.
We both.
But you're doing pretty well now though with this whole DJ thing. It brought you here today. You were playing in New York City last night.
Yeah.
Or in Brooklyn
Uh-huh.
on a rooftop.
Yep. We played a rooftop party at Elsewhere.
No rain.
The weather was great.
And that was beautiful swimmers.
Yes.
But this is also it takes you all over the world. You've been traveling, you know, what is this, probably since 2012, 13, 14.
Even earlier.
Yeah.
I think the first Europe trip was 2009 or 10.
Okay. And that at that point you're going to Berlin and playing at Rio or something, or Tausend Bar.
I will say, little shout out to you.
Mm.
You were one of the most helpful people in those early trips in terms of connecting us with people who could help us out with getting gigs. Thank you.
No problem. I mean, so going back, the first time I met you, you were touring with Manhunter, and I had just been organizing a bunch of tours with the Bunker guys, and I had Lego Welt on the podcast a couple of them ago, and I started doing that, and I was friends with Ron Morelli, who does Lies Now, and he said he wanted to do some tours too, so he made good buddies with Overdose and Ingmar.
Yep.
And they did a Nova Men tour, and you were the opening act as Manhunter with you. So it was you, Jason, and Ron Morelli, and Ingmar,
and Jeroen,
and DJ Overdose as Nova Men, and you guys drove around in your minivan.
Yeah, my Dodge Caravan.
And you went to like
it was a lot of fun.
And that was in the.
But you threw the New York party.
Did I?
Yes, at Tribeca.
Oh,
Grand.
Tribeca Grand. Jeez, I hardly remember. I sort of.
I remember I left my backpack at the gig. Then it was getting like we had tour leaving the next morning, and I drove back and got it from the Lost and Found at Tribeca Grand, and they had stolen a quarter of mushrooms out of my bag.
Oh shit! And you can't like tell the manager.
No.
Well, we probably could have. I knew the manager. We probably could have said. I didn't know that part of the story.
I didn't want to bother you.
I would have helped, man. I would have got it back for you. Because the manager, for sure, he's a very straight. He wouldn't have done that. Wow. And so you're driving around. Well, it's probably good you didn't have that with
Exactly.
you. It's a blessing in disguise. Yeah. So what? That was 2008.
Six. The USA AOK tour.
So this is
George W.
This is before Lies, before
Lies, before Future Times,
before the financial crisis.
I think you mean like that.
It really affected us
here in the city.
Yeah, no, I mean just making a stupid joke. So
something Brothers,
Lehman Brothers.
Lehman Brothers.
Yeah. Oh God, that was depressing. I had people. I was teaching swimming at NYU at that time, and I had like some of the kids in my classes, you know, and like the dad came in one day, like, and you know, one of the guys that, you know, in the baby class. So you're like sitting there playing with the baby and like, talking to the dad, and he was like, "I got fired," you know, like just like Jesus, and like all these dads like kept coming in that worked for whoever, Lehman Brothers or whatever, and they were all like thought they had like this comfortable life, and then all of a sudden it was just like taken from them. And they're like depressed, like have to take their kid to swimming class. I was like, oh jeez, man. And then like they would disappear too. They like couldn't pay for their memberships anymore. It was sad, man.
Whoa.
I was like, you know, I never really like, I don't understand that world very much, but I really got to, you know, they're people too, you know, as much as we, you know, don't like that side of the world. So it's like,
they are people.
Yeah.
People are people.
But it was kind of a weird thing. But I'm sorry, I got distracted. But so you're driving around with Ron, and who was you were doing most of the driving, or Jason, or did you let Ron drive? He seems like a terrible driver.
I'm trying to remember. Ron did do some driving. Yeah, actually.
I wouldn't let him drive.
I think I remember Ron saying, I can fucking drive fucking.
Oh, and Overdose didn't have his license at that point.
None of them drove.
Ingmar, no.
No. They were in charge of, like, chatting.
Yeah, they just sat in the back and said, pull over, I'm hungry.
They really liked to hotbox the car with cigarettes.
Ugh, God.
Foul, man.
So
it was cold, and yeah, they would love to just smoke in the van.
If I remember, you went. Did you go to Chicago?
We did.
That was the furthest
Chicago gigs.
Furthest west.
I think I met Bo once around that trip.
Yeah, and he was still working at Weekend Records and Soap. That was
I think
gone
that
already.
was closed by that point, but he
came to the show.
No, and he set up we did a first night at the Funky Buddha Lounge where we played live, and then we DJ'd at that place above like a Chinese restaurant, Danny's or something.
Maybe, yeah. I haven't been to Chicago in a long time. Weird.
But yeah, it was a really fun trip. I mean, there was subpar attendance, I would say, at the majority of these gigs, but
this laid the foundation for what we have today. You met people that are still involved, and so if it wasn't for stuff like that, would this exist? I guess so. I guess it still would. That's a little too much.
Yeah, that's a bit self-congratulatory.
Yeah,
but
but do you think that?
I don't know if I would have.
Did
it fostered some sort of like real love for this?
And but now it's not quite the same. You're not hotboxing cigarettes in vans anymore.
No. I definitely miss aspects of it.
Yeah.
There's like, grass is always greener. Like it's not terrible to hop on a plane and go like
get a cab driver.
Yeah. Like and have everything work out well and be well planned and thought out. But yeah, I miss some of that camaraderie, especially coming from the background of playing in bands.
Yeah. And after that tour, did you do many more of those, or you went on that Europe tour after that? I sort of remember when Beautiful Swimmers. How did Beautiful Swimmers start?
That was Andrew and I ended up back in DC around the same time.
Jason went to New York.
Jason went to San Francisco first.
San Francisco first.
Andrew went to Barcelona. I went to Baltimore.
Oh, that's right. I met Andrew in Barcelona.
Yeah, with like Raul maybe or something.
No, he came. I was on tour with Unit 4.
Oh, crazy!
And he came to the gig, and he was like, just kept following us around. He was just like, okay.
He's like, I have nothing to do.
This dude speaks English. And, and we just talk to him, and you're like, oh, he's cool. Yeah, and he was like a CBS dork too, or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, and that was before. So then
he basically moved back, and we'd always just been like hanging and DJing together actually, but never made music together. And finally we each had like no musical projects going on. And I kind of had this idea for Beautiful Swimmers, but I don't really have like
concrete
like skills in terms of my own music making kind of.
So you got together and you made a record, and that is what started the DJ team.
Yeah, essentially.
And that was the start of... Was that the first release on Future Times?
No, that was the third one. Andrew started right when he moved back from Spain. He started Future Times.
With Aaron Letko.
With Mike Patillo.
No, Mike
but
Patillo.
Andrew did the first release solo, and then I think by the second or third one...
What was the first release?
It was like a solo Max D 7-inch.
Oh, I don't remember seeing it.
It was kind of like... slightly like hip.
What did it look like? I don't remember. Maybe like
There's colored vinyl and. I remember it was like quite well liked in the kind of UK funky-ish, like I don't know that world too well.
Me neither.
But
weird.
Like,
and then
people in that UK world.
But he was also kind of like a PR guy or something. He like knew. Or how did?
I mean, we're pretty well connected. Now, Andrew did write a column for Fader for a little while.
So he knew where to get it.
Yeah.
And what was the second release?
Jason, Rhythm-Based Lovers.
Ah, okay, I remember that one.
A real nice kind of romantic, sweet 7-inch.
That was also a 7-inch.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Swimmers was the first 12-inch on Future Times.
And how did Mike Patillo come into the picture?
Just like a buddy he was doing Protect You, the group, and I think, I don't know if
was he
Andrew was like, I need help.
Did he already work at Discord and he had some background?
Aaron works at Discord.
Yeah, Aaron. But I'm saying, did Aaron already work at Discord at this point? Okay, because I was going to say maybe he brought some skills.
No, it's Mike who worked for ran Future Times. Aaron worked at Discord.
Oh, I keep getting. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good. This part.
Everybody always thinks that Future Times is you and Andrew.
Exactly.
Anyway, so
it's. I mean, it's fine. I love being associated with Future Times. It's a great enterprise.
Mike Patillo.
But Mike Patillo ran Future Times with Andrew for a number of years.
And he worked for like a non-profit radio station.
Folk Festival.
Folk Festival.
And now he works at a recording studio.
Oh, geez. Is he doing okay?
He's doing great.
Yeah, I saw him a couple times. I don't go anywhere anymore.
I don't go that many places that are...
That I'm not getting paid.
I mean, I really like to hang out at home.
Yeah, me too. We'll drink a little more wine. I won't keep you too much longer. I know you're losing your blood sugar.
Oh, that's fine.
We've
got a few more minutes before we go.
Yeah, no, I'm just
have some dinner.
I don't want to take you too far into the whatever pains. Do you want some more?
I'll have a little more. We can always do a part 2 on another trip. I think the people really want another episode.
No. We have I'm sure there's more stuff to talk about now. So let's.
I'm getting the hang of this.
Yeah, it's not so bad. Once you get like lost into the headphones, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's you like have to get out of reality.
I'm loving this.
It's not so bad. Yeah, there needs to be more of these.
I agree. You're documenting our scene.
Yeah, there's a lot.
The future.
I mean, it's not easy,
especially in this world of there's no more real tangible music being released.
Well, you're a successful DJ, and you
really
and yeah, I think so, and I think that young people could possibly look up to you and learn something from the path you've taken.
I mean, that's really cool.
That's what I'm trying to
that's
explore.
Flattering.
That. Yeah, no, but I mean.
One thing I'll say is just it's easy, it's like
that was the exact opposite of what I was gonna say.
Well, it's just, I don't know. It's like I'm not that musically talented. I have good sense of rhythm. I have terrible sense of pitch. I'm just a nerd. Like I'm a nerd who likes to party, and that's I don't know. If you can find that balance, you can do this.
No, but I think it comes to you. If you read, I read a lot of biographies and watch a lot of interviews with people that I'm interested in, like successful whatever artists or businessmen or scientists or interesting people, and they always you have this conclusion that seems to be pretty much universal, is that you're supposed to do what you love and you will be successful.
Right.
But then it seems to like work out for all these successful people, but where are the people that are like doing what they love and they like totally fail? That's gonna happen too, or does it just work? Like 'cause, it seems
But why are you saying that I'm doing what I love and it's working? Yeah. I think there's varying degrees though.
Well, you probably should save more money.
Yeah, like I have no money.
Yeah,
and I think I'm trying hard to change that, but it's just hard. I don't know.
I think you're supposed to save something like 10% or 20% of every check you get.
Right.
That's the trick.
Have you ever done that?
When I was touring a lot and I had like the fancy agency and the British one, I was making money.
Yeah.
I was the most money I ever had. But then I would like switch to another agency and I said, "Oh, I want to be with my friends."
Right.
Big mistake.
Right.
But then I don't know. But then also, I was a little bit earlier. Not that much earlier, but then just a little bit like earlier on the agent thing, and that agency I was with was pretty pro, so I got paid a lot. It was because I was like I don't know, it was weird. I don't know what year. Now I look back and it's like 2013 or 14. It seems like it's changed and there's a lot more people doing it now, a lot more booking agencies, but there's also a lot more clubs. But I just got sick of it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It hurts. It's too hard. I don't like traveling that much. I do like to travel, but
I feel like
the amount of traveling you have to do to make money, like play 3 to 4 gigs a weekend, it makes it not fun anymore.
It's
like it'd be cool if you could go to Europe, stay for a week, and maybe play 1 or 2 gigs, and then go home and be able to pay your rent in New York City. But kind of not possible, unless
It's such a weird, hard balance, and it's the hard part is, the travel and the lack of sleep, not the actually DJing.
No, that part is great.
Right.
It's fun to play records for people. It's always fun.
Right.
Doesn't matter, even if the gig sucks when you're doing it. It's fine.
Time goes by faster than any other thing you can be doing.
But then you have the usual complaints that we're not supposed to complain about, like the travel and stupid stuff like that. But I mean, what I found was that the balance between I wasn't able to do it the way I wanted to, and make enough money to pay my rent when I got back home.
Right.
So then I'm gonna try something else, and in order
podcasts.
I started this other business too.
Right.
Trying some other things, The podcast is
that seems to be going pretty well. I don't know how.
We were doing okay. Well, I mean, the podcast thing was what happened was that I switched my radio show from Newtown Radio, where I would always do these interviews, because it was like totally private. To the lot, and then the lot, like sometimes you're sitting there and there's like people drinking coffee, and like I think it'd be weird to like have tracks go on like a 2-hour rant about Brian Kasinik while people are like sitting there drinking rosé. So I didn't talk on the mic so much there, and I was missing the interviews.
Right.
Like I feel like
this is a perfect outlet.
Yeah, I feel like people
so you can do the lot, do more of your music type thing.
Yeah, and they're gonna help. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but we're gonna show it there, and Francois helped me a lot with the software and the cameras and how to do all this. But
this is great.
Yeah, I hope it works out.
Imagine how it's gonna be so good when you do Andrew. He's gonna be so funny.
I'm not letting him. No, I'm no, he'll. Hopefully, he's not tired.
Why would he be tired?
No, I don't know. Where's he tonight? Did he go? But
he left. He has to work tomorrow.
He's still working. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like
he'll have great stories just because he can talk about the kids and shit.
But he's still like so a European kid, on the internet, and they see like your deck mantle video, you're playing the whatever festival.
They don't think that we have day jobs.
Yeah, and then you're going back and you're like taping up record boxes.
Yeah, and he's like cleaning
and like waiting for the post guy, and like
he's
dealing
like,
with people like there's a mark on my record,
and he's buying like Welch's like fruit snacks in bulk.
And he's like stocking the snack cabinet at the daycare. Just getting stuff he likes.
Like you'll find us both at Costco.
But he's more involved in the daycare now. Before he was just working there, and he moved up.
Yeah, he wanted. This will be good for when you have him in. But yeah, he wanted a more just kind of like grounding day job, as one often wants as you get older. And I think he gets a lot of reward out of those kids.
Kids, honesty, does something for you. You know? Those kids are pretty honest. All right. What else do you have anything else we should talk about, or do you think that we missed some stuff, or
this? I've had a fantastic time.
Yeah, it wasn't painless.
No, I want to do this again.
That's great news.
I can't wait to listen to the other ones.
I had Veronica Vasica, and then I did the second one was Black Merlin.
Okay.
And we talked about he goes to Papua New Guinea like a lot, like 2 or 3 times a year, and he like I don't know. And they discovered like new species and stuff. It's pretty weird. And then I did Lego Welt, and then Jordan was last week, and then you're now number 5.
Hell
and then John Barclay is supposed to be tomorrow, and then I gotta line them up. I don't know if you have any suggestions. Let me know. I'd be cool. I'd like to do Andrew Morgan. Would be a good one if you could convince him.
I mean, that's gonna be hard to convince.
Yeah, I'd have to like bring my mobile setup.
Actually,
does he ever come to New York?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've never heard of him.
I also doubt he would want to be on the camera.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He could, but he's a good-looking guy.
He's a great-looking guy.
Any suggestions you have? I'm open to it. any of those.
I'm really gonna be thinking.
I don't. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not gonna think right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not gonna like. I don't want to jump the gun.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're gonna go have a date now, or go have your nice dinner,
Yeah.
and have a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks so much for having
very
me.
much, Ari Goldman of Beautiful Swimmers. Now go to his website for world building.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about world building. Do you have any?
Yeah,
We should talk. Let's talk a little bit about world building. Is a new label you just started this year,
two
years ago.
or so.
and you're on your third release now.
No. I've done 7 releases.
Jesus, where have I been?
And some clothing.
Oh, that's your main income now, huh?
I love
The
clothes.
streetwear brand.
Exactly.
So
That's what I would like to transition.
That's what John Beal was saying, that he sells. You know, he put out a record. Don't sell any
Yep.
new T-shirt.
Boom.
Just put those long sleeves and just put some stuff on the arm.
we'll do the
Nope.
next special will be
but
on just
you're not
clothes.
doing tote bags.
Haven't done tote bags.
No, like all right, I'll stop.
Yeah.
but-
Check out World Building on your own.
And it's how you could. Oh, hey.
Everything's getting loose.
You can buy it on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Or
I love that.
Bandcamp is the best way for you.
Yeah, Bandcamp right now because all the vinyl is sold out.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
So, thanks again for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'll see you again
having
next
me.
time. And
Lots of love.
take it easy.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.